My sister-in-law hijacked my engagement party to announce her pregnancy, and somehow I'm the villain. My sister-in-law turned my engagement party into her pregnancy announcement. And somehow, I'm the one everyone thinks is being dramatic. I honestly just need to vent because I still can't wrap my head around how the situation flipped so quickly. Last weekend, my fiancé's family hosted an engagement party for us. It wasn't anything huge, just close relatives and a few friends, but it was really thoughtful of them. I'm not usually someone who enjoys being the center of attention, so I was already a little nervous going into it. But honestly, the night started off great. Everyone seemed happy for us. People were talking, laughing, sharing stories about how my fiancé and I met. The vibe was really warm and relaxed, and I remember thinking how lucky I was to be marrying into a family that seemed so supportive. Now, for a little context. My sister-in-law and I have never really been close. We've always been polite to each other, but there's been this strange tension between us for years. Nothing dramatic has ever happened between us, but there's always been this feeling that she just doesn't like me very much. Still, I figured for one night we could put any weirdness aside. After dinner, people started giving small toasts. My fiancé's dad said something really sweet about welcoming me into the family. One of our friends gave a funny speech about how my fiancé almost messed up our first date. Everyone was laughing and the mood was really light. Then suddenly my sister-in-law stood up and asked if she could say something. I didn't think anything of it. I assumed she was going to give a toast too. She started talking about how the family had so many exciting new beginnings happening this year. At first, I thought she was talking about our engagement. Then she said something about how life has a funny way of bringing surprises. That's when she pulled an envelope out of her purse. And inside was an ultrasound photo. She held it up for everyone to see. For a moment, the entire room went completely silent. Then suddenly everyone started gasping and cheering. People rushed over to hug her. Her parents started crying. Phones came out and people began taking pictures. Just like that, the entire room shifted. The attention that had been on our engagement all night instantly moved to her pregnancy. I didn't say anything. I just stood there for a second feeling this weird mix of emotions. Embarrassment, confusion, and honestly, a little bit of anger. I didn't want to cause a scene, so I quietly stepped outside to get some air. I just needed a minute to calm down. But apparently that was the wrong move. Later that night, a few relatives came up to me and asked if I was okay in this weird tone that made it clear they thought I was the problem. Someone told me I was being dramatic. Another person said I should be happy for her instead of making it about myself. One of my fiancé's cousins even said I ruined the mood by stepping outside because my sister-in-law was just sharing good news. And to be clear, I am happy they're having a baby. That's genuinely great news. I just don't understand why my engagement party was the moment she chose to announce it. There are literally hundreds of other times she could have done it. Her own dinner, a family gathering, even a social media post. But instead, she waited until the one night that was supposed to celebrate our engagement. And now I feel like I'm losing my mind because everyone keeps acting like I'm selfish for being upset. I haven't said anything publicly about it, and I'm not trying to start some huge family drama. I just needed somewhere to admit that the whole thing hurt. What was supposed to be a happy memory now feels strangely overshadowed. And somehow I'm the villain in the story. So now I'm left wondering if I'm actually overreacting. Or if anyone else would have felt the same way in that situation.